angels, it's Hailey Reese, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so grateful that you are here, and I hope that you are having an absolutely incredible morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Today's video is one that I hope you guys are going to enjoy because truly, Tyler and I have been thinking about this ever since we got home today, and it's one of those experiences that I would read about online and be fascinated by, except it happened to us today. Basically, we took today to run all of our monthly errands. Whenever we have a month of straight uploads like October or December where we upload every single day, that requires to film, edit, and upload every single day. So we go out at the beginning of every month like this and stock up. I'm talking, we do Costco, we do Walmart, we do the local grocery store. We get everything that we could possibly need so we can lock ourselves inside and just create content for you guys. So today was meant to be that for us, and so many things happened that were so creepy and beyond that just so bizarre that when I got home and we started talking about it, I was like, if I don't tell them this, I'm doing you guys a disservice, because we talk so often here about glitches in the matrix and overlapping of alternate realities or parallel universes. And I don't know what happened today, but it feels like it fits in the realm of that. So with all of that being said, I do hope that you guys enjoy this. And I guess let's just get right into it. I do just want to say that whenever I post videos like this, I'm not saying for certain that this was a glitch in the matrix. What I'm saying is that things weren't quite aligning and it felt as though there was some sort of overlapping. But with all of that being said, I truly would love to hear what you think of these experiences and if you think it was just a weird day or what your theories are. So let's start at the beginning of the day. When I woke up today, absolutely everything seemed normal. Tyler was doing his video in his office. We took the dogs out. We got everything ready to go. And then we headed out for like our massive shopping spree. We brought our little rolly cart that we bring whenever we're going out to get things. And this is important to the story, and all of our grocery bags. Now, when we got into the elevator initially to leave the house, we had seen our building manager get in on one of the other floors. And the very first thing that she said was, "You again?" And I remember thinking that that was super bizarre because we hadn't seen her yet today. And it kind of seemed as though we had just rode the elevator with her and we were getting in again. Like, this is the type of jokes that people make in the building when you get into the elevator with one another. Like, sometimes you'll get out and you'll both take your dogs out and then you get back in together and it's like, fancy seeing you here. That was like the kind of energy that I was getting. But I was just like, oh, nice to see you. How are you? And we had a brief conversation and then we rolled on out. So that interaction was a little bit bizarre, but we're super, super friendly with like everyone that runs our building. And I had just saw her last night, so I assumed that that might be where the joke came from. Either way, wasn't thinking anything of it at this point, and we walk on out to our underground parking with our little rolly thing. And as we're walking towards Tyler's car and getting ready to load up the car, one of our neighbors in the underground parking looks at us and goes, "Going back out already?" Now this time, like, we both noted this. We both looked at each other and we were like, oh yeah, like today we have to run out and grab some things and whatnot. And the neighbor just kind of smiled and walked away. And I was thinking, you know, we did go out yesterday and get some Perrier and cranberry juice. Did they see us? Is that what they meant? Like, oh, again today, you're heading back out already? But we didn't even have our rolly then. So we get in the car and I'm thinking to myself, like, that was a little weird, babe. Like, that seemed like two people were acting like they'd already seen us today. But I can guarantee you nobody saw us today. Like, even when Tyler had taken the dogs out to go to the bathroom, he hadn't seen any of these people. So that was just a little bit weird. Anyways, we get in the car and we're driving up the road heading out to go to Costco. And it had snowed here pretty badly over the past couple of days, so the roads are a little bit slick and a little more slushy and icy than normal. And that's when we see, like, in the distance, a cop car. So there's like two lanes, and it was bizarre because the cop was stopped in the left lane rather than being pulled over to the side of the road. And so Tyler and I were like, oh, like, is there construction going on? Like, Is someone pulled over? We're like assessing the situation. And as we pull up next to it, we realize that there was a car that had hit like a pole of some sorts. And so the cop was there pulled behind it. And as we both look towards the car looks identical to my mother's car. And so we keep driving on, and Tyler goes, and I go, yeah, that did kind of look like my mom's car. So we call my mom, and I'm like, hey, where are you? And she's like, oh, I'm at home. And I'm like, okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because I didn't know if I should turn around. There was like a car exactly like yours, down to like strange things. And I just wanted to make sure. And she goes, oh my gosh, Jeremy, which is her partner, is out right now with that car. So she's like, let me give him a call. So she calls him, and then she calls us back, and it obviously was not their car. But again, we're not really thinking anything of it because there's a lot of cars like this, and despite the few little strange details on the car that made it seem more like my mom's, totally could have just been the exact same make and model of car. So we didn't think anything of it. We're continuing on. We go to Costco. Everything's normal in Costco. We end up leaving, and then we head to Walmart. And this is where things take the most bizarre of turns. We get into Walmart, and we end up going to the one aisle where like the deodorant and the Axe and all the body sprays are, because I wanted to get a deodorant. And so Tyler and I turned down this aisle, and I'm looking at like all the different kinds of deodorant, just like seeing the different scents and whatnot. And he's looking at like the different spray products and like spraying some to smell them. And I end up hearing this really, really weird, almost whisper-like sound that sounds pretty close to behind me. And as I turn around, I see this man, you guys, standing at the end of the aisle, like locked in, just staring, and it seemed like he was saying something. And so I look at him, because now we've made eye contact, and I smile, and he in the straight, okay, I've told you guys in one of my previous videos that Tyler and I loved the show From. We're waiting till 2026 for season 4. But if you've seen that show and you've seen the creatures or the monsters, he was standing in almost this way with this creepy grin and like locked in smile. And I smile at him, and he like lifts his arm in slow motion and points towards Tyler, who's behind me in the aisle, like I'm closest to where this guy is, and goes, I was talking to him. And so I go, oh, okay. And I turn and I'm like, Tyler, he's talking to you. And Tyler looks up, and the guy just stays staring at him and just gives him a peace sign and like stays staring at him. And so I look at Tyler, and he looks at me, and we look back, and the guy's just gone. Like it was literally within a split second, we look back and the guy's just gone. And we're like, okay, that was a little bit weird. Like, you meet some interesting people out in public sometimes, so we don't think anything of it. And guys, we're looking at the different things. I'm looking at the deodorants. Tyler's looking at the sprays. Again, he's like spraying a spray. And right behind him, this woman appears out of nowhere and just goes, you smell. First of all, I don't know if she meant like you smell nice because he was spraying things or what she meant, but she said you smell. And then she got kind of close to him and just stood there smiling. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Tyler, am I exaggerating? Like, she just stood there smiling while he proceeded to like finish what he was doing directly behind him, just smiling, like so eerie, very, very similar to how the guy at the end of the aisle was smiling at Tyler. And then he just puts back the spray and we just stand there awkwardly. And so we go to turn to walk away, and we walk around the corner for 1 second, and I'm like, oh, the deodorant. And I go to turn back, and the woman is not there. Like, I know how crazy this sounds. Like, I understand people can get moving. People have their legs. I get it. But within 1 second, both of these people just disappeared. And the way that they were looking at us both was so bizarre. It felt like we were almost out of place in a space. Like, we were somewhere we weren't supposed to be. And we're like, I don't even know how to describe it, raising these weird red flags. But both people just appeared out of absolutely nowhere. So now that we've left Walmart, we're in the car, and we both look at each other, and now we're starting to think about everything throughout the day that has been so strange, between two people acting as though they'd already seen us, going into the store, and then having those two people act weird towards us and then disappear out of thin air pretty much. And the car looking like my mom's but not being my mom's. Like, it's just so crazy. I wish I could tell you guys the details of the car that made it more specific towards my mom, but I just don't feel like I should share that. Either way, it was all so strange. But the icing on the cake is when we get home and we're bringing in all of our groceries. And I get into the elevator with another girl. And this girl looks at me because Tyler and I were doing 2 separate trips because we had so much to bring up. And she was like, "Oh, did you end up getting everything you wanted?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And she was like, "I thought about going to Costco after you said you were going, but I didn't want to bear the lines." And then she just gets out of the elevator. I don't remember her, not from today, but I don't remember her in general. I've never really seen her in the building, although I will say this. There's an ongoing joke in this building that I continuously reintroduce myself to people because I'm just always overly friendly. And one guy called me out and was like, "Yeah, we've already met." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." So perhaps I could have made small talk with someone without remembering, but not today. Today, the only people that I saw were when I was with Tyler, and we did not tell anybody that we were going to Costco other than my mother. And obviously, this woman was not my mother. So my question to you guys is, what the hell was happening today? Like, were we in some sort of glitch in the Matrix? Was there some sort of overlapping where people were seeing alternate versions of us that were perhaps also going to Costco, and yet it wasn't us? I feel like it's just too many people to the point that I'm like, were we sleepwalking all around the building? Like, what? How does it make any sense? And the 2 people in Walmart, I know there's interesting people all across the world, but it was bizarre. And they both appeared and disappeared out of nowhere. So if they were just 2 strange individuals, they freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. It was really, really, really weird. So much so that I've been thinking about it all night since it happened, and I had to come and tell you guys because my mind doesn't know what happened. I really and truly don't. So I guess I want to ask you what you think happened. Do you think it's all some weird, strange coincidence? When I look at them as isolated incidents, I can totally just make up a whole reason why it makes sense. But all of them combined doesn't make sense to me. Either way, I really want to know what you guys think. With all of that being said, I have been digging deeper and deeper into glitches in the Matrix, so perhaps I'm more hyper aware of strange things happening in my life, and it all just really is some coincidence. But I would love to know from you what you think down below in the comment section. And that is it for today's video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. So many of you have told me that your favorite videos here on my channel are my experiences. So as I've said before, anytime I have any sort of crazy experience, I want to come on here and share it with you guys because you guys are my family. And I've been telling everyone in my life about this. So I want to know what you guys think. With all of that being said, if you do enjoy my content, I am uploading every single day this month so we can spend the whole rest of 2024 together and ring in the new year together. So if you enjoy my content, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really, truly helps both me and my channel. And yeah, remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until tomorrow, I love you. Bye, guys.